In the year of 2020, I was already in a bad state of mind, doing bad habits. At the time, I was 13, and I was obsessed with video games. I'd already been addicted to porn. I was smart in school, but I had never really paid attention I didn't put enough effort into school. I worried about school. I was worried about it, and I was stressed about it. And I was always worried about my grades, but I wasn't putting the work in. Just not a great place. And then quarantine started. And actually, I wasn't in as terrible a state I said in 2020. I was in 7th grade, 8th grade, and quarantine. That's when it started for me. Fell back into the old habits, stuck playing video games. I didn't focus on my schoolwork at all. I was playing Fortnite while doing my schoolwork. Obsessed with video games. That was really one of the worst things at the time. Beating my meat 5 times a day. Trying to suppress my desires and not getting any work done, not doing anything productive. 2021, 2020, those areas. In November of 2022, I found this, I'll go back to the month before. October. This was the time I saw a lot of gym content. So this was in 2021, 2022. During quarantine is where I developed my addiction to social media. So, you know how social media has like little trends and stuff. This was when the like Sigma, weightlifting, the self-improvement content on social media. The weightlifting stuff is actually good, but some of the cringy stuff. But I was really motivated by some of the weightlifting content and some of the calisthenics stuff I saw, and just motivation. There were a lot of reels on Instagram like calling you out, you're a stupid bitch, start doing self-improvement and stuff like that. That's around the time that started happening. And I found this self-improvement YouTuber called Hamza. I don't even remember the first video I watched. I just remember him calling me a pussy and a bitch like 20 times. And that was the first video I watched of him. I remember I was going to my uncle and aunt's house for dinner. That was the first podcast. I was listening to Hamza on Spotify because at the time I didn't have YouTube. So I was listening to Hamza on that Spotify channel of that guy who wasn't really actually Hamza and ended up getting his Spotify taken down by Hamza because that wasn't actually him. But I was listening to him on there, and it really motivated me to do better things. And I took a cold shower right after that. I got out feeling good, and that was the start of my self-improvement journey. It started with me doing this basic workout I found with 8-pound dumbbells that I have. This self-improvement, or not self-improvement, I found this workout from this guy I don't even remember on Instagram. It was like basic stuff. It was like shoulder press with like 8-pound dumbbells. It was like the little pink dumbbells your mom uses. I don't remember exactly the workout. I know there's like bent over rows and curls and stuff. There's push-ups in it. At the time, I couldn't even do like 5 knee push-ups. It was pretty bad. Now I can do like 16, so improvement from not even being able to do 5 knee push-ups, I guess. So I remember my routine I was doing like 2x4 knee push-ups, and I was struggling. Sorry, that was my dog. I was pushing myself. I was laying it all out for 4 knee push-ups. I was at failure. I could not do 5 knee push-ups. And I just kept going and going. And so the first habit I did was working out. And that goes into this video, which is the 7 habits that helped me transform my life from where it was in the 2021 area. And the first thing was resistance training, using those 8-pound dumbbells to do that 8-pound shoulder press. Those 8-pound bent over rows. that's how it really started, with my listening to Hamza while doing that. So, first thing I did, weightlifting. Not weightlifting, but like dumbbell stuff and like knee push-ups and wall push-ups. That really pushed me, and that got me started on the other habits because I listened to Hamza and therefore heard these habits, and that was being ingrained in my mind while I was working out. And that comes into my second habit, which is learning. And I learned a lot from watching Hamza's videos. Learned all of these habits. Some of the things he says I don't agree with. Some of his old mindsets about being like a degenerate and getting as many women as you can. His old red pill content I don't agree with, but he's changed his views on that. So he really changed my mindset on things. You gotta kind of embrace your dark desires, not like say that they're good, but use them as, Bruno, stop. Use them as vengeance, productive vengeance. Don't hate, and obviously don't hate people. Love everyone, love your neighbor as you love yourself, or I think that's how it goes. Love your neighbor as Jesus loved you. But use your vengeance instead of crying about it and using your vengeance and letting it well up inside of you to possibly do something violent. Stop. Instead of using your vengeance to do bad stuff, use it productively. And I learned a lot from Hamza's stuff, so I could use my vengeance to use what I learned from his videos and use them productively. I learned a lot from like sciencey guys like Huberman. I'm reading How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I actually started reading that like 8 months ago and I just quit like 2 months in. So I'm restarting that now. Started a Bible plan. And I know I shouldn't cuss, and that's one thing I struggle with, especially in the videos, because I don't know how to express things. But I'm on day 85 of that. It's like a year-long plan. It just really helps me with discipline. My recent video on discipline. And learning. Because you don't know all these things already. You're wanting to improve yourself, but you can't figure it out all on your own. So, learn. Third habit is meditation. I use the app Medito. I'll put that in the description. But basically, show up to practice. Meditation can be confusing as freak. Man. It's hard to express it, but it is really confusing. And I need to go stop the Roomba real quick. Hate when stuff happens like that interrupts my flow, but you gotta show up to practice. Breathe in, breathe out. It's as simple as that. Medito complicates it a little bit, but you just need to show up to practice. A thing I really would emphasize is doing reps. So I think a rep would be, you're in your state, you're breathe in, breathe out. You're focusing on your breath. And your mind drifts off. And you realize you're not being mindful anymore, so you go back to that breath. That's one rep. First you're mindful, and then you drift into being unmindful. You realize you're not mindful, and then you go back to being mindful, and that's one rep. So, meditate. It's great for you. I quit doing it for like 3 months, and really for the last few months, I actually haven't felt like I was on self-improvement. Last few months, never mind, that was like 3 months ago, but I had this little 1 month phase, I think like 3 months ago, where I was just kind of back in the area. I was still working out. I was still doing things, or I was still thinking about self-improvement, but I wasn't really putting it into action. I think this was like 4 or 5 months ago, actually, but I'm glad I moved on from that. Fourth habit is goal setting. Set short-term goals, set daily goals, set weekly goals, set monthly goals, set yearly goals, Set a goal for 5 years from now. Set a goal from 10 years from now. Set short-term and long-term goals. So maybe a short-term goal could be this week, record 3 videos, do all your homework, hit all your workouts. That could be a weekly goal. And a monthly goal, maybe that could be bulk up to 185 and be muscular, or it could be cut to 160 and be lean, or it could be make $1,000 from affiliate marketing, or get 200 subs on YouTube. Those are different, maybe monthly goals. And then a yearly goal could be make $50,000 off of this course I'm making on YouTube on Skillshare. And maybe a 5-year goal, become a millionaire. A 10-year goal, become a billionaire. You know, be driven by goals. I heard Luke Belmar say this once. You have to have a target, or this may not be exact, but you have to have a target to shoot at. You need to know how to aim the bow. You have to know how to shoot the bow, and then you have to let go and shoot. First, you need to know a target, and that kind of self-explanatory. You need to have a goal. You need to have a target. You need to know how to aim the goal. You need to learn about it. You need to learn what actions help you do that. Maybe you say your target, your goal is to get good at YouTube. And aiming is getting good at recording. Getting good at learning what time to post, what time's best for you, you know. Aiming. You gotta draw back and you gotta shoot. You gotta take action and you gotta grind and you got to eliminate distractions. Monk mode can be great for that, and I have a video from Thursday, 2 videos ago, on monk mode, and you could go watch that. Link that in the description. That's goal setting, and I think that's one of the most important things. Number 5, reading. Reading the Bible, greatest book. Reading How to Win Friends and Influence People. Reading all of these different books. Planning on reading The Daily Stoic by Ryan, I forgot his last name. And also Discipline is Destiny. You know, reading all these different books, and I'm going to really pour into reading. But the thing reading does, it detaches you from technology, and it's something you can do to fill up your time instead of doing bad habits. So to get rid of bad habits, you need to first quit the bad habits and realize it's better to do nothing at all it's better to do nothing at all than to do bad habits. So instead of playing video games, or instead of beating your meat, stare at a wall for 1 hour, or just think. Figure out yourself, figure out your purpose, and figure out what you want to do. Figure out your goals. Doing nothing is better than doing bad habits. But also filling up that time with reading. I know this could be filtered into learning, but you get things raw from the point, and you can build your own views on whatever reading you're doing. If you have a different view than someone else, but I still recommend getting input from other people. Number 6 is journaling. I used to gratitude journal. I haven't gratitude journaled in a long time. Now I'm doing a daily journal, writing down my feelings, writing down what I did wrong, what I did right. Maybe I didn't have enough discipline today. Maybe I was too emotional today. Journaling really helps, and writing down your stuff on paper so you're not always trapped in your mind, letting it out onto a piece of paper. Gratitude journaling is also great. I have a video on that on my old channel, from 7-8 months ago maybe. So I'll link that one, I guess, in my description. But actually, I'll just go ahead and explain it now. Write down 5 things you're grateful for every day. Don't write the same thing down every day. You really do have new 5 things. You can make anything up. Not make it up, but you can find 5. You can find 5 things you're grateful for every day. So be grateful. Number 7, and this is the one I've been starting to do recently. You know, I can't really say this one. It's prayer. I'm not going to go deep into it because I know I shouldn't. I never thought about this before recording this video, but I shouldn't. Be arrogant or be like, I pray to God, I pray to Jesus, you know. Have a relationship with God. Have a relationship with Jesus. That'll be number 7. That'll be short. Read the Bible. Read, pray, listen to Jesus. Follow his commands. So these are the 7 habits I have. Stay disciplined. And I forgot one extra habit. I have number 8. I never planned on making this one, but it was creating content. This has been my target for the last few months. This has been my goal for the last few months. And it's made me really fulfilled to go and record YouTube videos for y'all. Even when I don't feel like it. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. But I realized that I want to help young men, and I want to make money off of YouTube as well. I want to get courses. I want to sell courses that are really helpful. I want to sell something that changes your life for $100. I want to sell something that is worth $100. Worth even more than it. But I want to sell that to you. I'm not making a course anytime soon, but I want to sell a product to you, whether that be a paid community or a course, something that's high ticket, high price, but that will change your life. If $100 is considered high price. But YouTube, really making content, pouring out to other people, and it keeps you accountable. You can make videos and learn from your own teachings. You know, when you're being a hypocrite and you go record about meditation, you're like, oh shit, I haven't been doing this lately. I need to do it more. And I need to do this. And really, you can really change people a lot. You can really change people's lives by creating content, as Hamza did for me. And make money from it. And scale up, maybe get employees, and you're helping other people. You're literally feeding other people's families. I just find it so fulfilling to make content, and that's my number 8. So I love you all. God bless. Have a great rest of your day. And I'll be making a meaningful video for you all in the next one. My name is Christian, and I want to help you get better and help me make money. Love you all.